What's up, guys? Barry Game here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and no, I have definitely not achieved what you saw in the thumbnail and title on my own account. There's probably only a handful of people out there that can do something this right now in the entire world because they have the strong heroes, they have the correct things like Giant Killer on their heroes. And what we're going to watch today is Jesus is Here. A lot of you guys probably hear me reference him all the time. I'm going to link you to his YouTube channel as well. He doesn't post often, but when he does post, it's like the really newest game modes. Like he has a video of him pushing through the brand new Vortex difficulty that like very few people have actually done. I mean, actually quite a few people have done it now. It looks like there's like 20-ish people, but getting all the way through things like Dominator. He always has videos like that. He puts out the really good Vortex guides. Go give him a follow. Go hit that subscribe button over there. But we're going to watch it today and see exactly what it takes to do Sealand 20 in Forest, because let's be honest, or not, sorry, Sealand 30. What am I talking about? 20 is easy. 30, yes, Sealand 30 in Forest has been done. It's been a combination of Pandas, Olivia's, pretty much the same team we've been using, Vesa, and the newest hero to the lineup, Mystic Fairy Freya. So she is she's actually got a pretty cool synergy, because one thing I want to show you guys right here before we even jump into his video. Mystic Fairy Freya's basic attack is actually pretty solid because she's going to be applying things like poison on the enemies. That poison is important because we want her to go before the Vesa. And the reason why we want her to go before the Vesa is because the strategy that's being used is using the snake pet that has that when you deal damage against poison targets, you get that stacking buff of 80% damage. He's going to talk about it in the video here as well. But essentially, that is going to be the important part to make sure the enemy purifies the poison off from the previous round. We then go into the next round. Freya will go before Vesa, apply that poison so that when Vesa gets to use her attack, either her basic or her active, she hits like a truck with up to like 400% extra damage. So let's jump right into it. Let's check out the video. I'm gonna have a little reaction to it as well. I've already watched it through pretty much once, but I want to share it with you guys because it's just absolutely amazing. Let's go. Okay, let's jump right into it. Check out what Jesus has to say himself. I'm going to keep myself really small in the corner too and pause when I want to talk. So here's the first part right here. So yeah, Giant Killer is important. I don't know why he has this part here, but Giant Killer is the main part.
Hello everyone, this is Jesus here. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be having a look at Sealand Forest. This is the Sealand 29 clear. We're going to go all the way up to the Sealand 30 clear.
So before we had the newest hero, Mystic Fairy Freya, this was the lineup. I was trying to do pretty much 27 or 28. I forget which one I was doing, but adding the third panda in was the strategy. You'll see how going from 29 to 30 does change.
We have a Giant Killer Vesa in the back row. Everyone else is wearing crowns. The idea is that Vesa gets an active in the first round from the hits provided by the enemy, so you want to be slower than the enemy. Not too much of a problem. She's got a quick stone, as you see.
So that's one thing to notice. You can't use like energy feed or anything like this in these types of rounds. You have to have Golden Crown Splendid on everybody. But the strategy is making sure the Vesa is actually slower than the entire enemy team. That way Vesa gets an active off in round one to heal everybody out and give everybody pretty much full shield. So it's actually a strategy going slower than the enemy for once that is paying off to giving her extra energy in the back row.
We killed the boss there very early on. That's crucial in kill attempts. And we used Lion Pet here just because survivability was exceptionally tough at this point.
Okay, so Lion.
Back row heroes take a lot of damage, so you want your strongest support heroes in the back row. I have I think an A tier panda, not sure if I had it when this kill was done, and a very strong Olivia in the back row.
So even an A kill panda, probably with a household as well, that's pretty stacked.
And my other two pandas also have damage reduction on them, just to help out. Quite a lot of damage required to do that. That's 170 billion there. So it's really difficult if you don't use a giant killer. It may change with the release of Freya. We'll see if non-giant killer accounts can clear 29. But Sealand 30 is another jump in difficulty. For the minions, I found it better to use Harp on Vesa to try and get some kills in quickly.
So he's using melodic strings on the front row Vesa, so she's not getting hit, but she's able to just pump out a lot of early round damage.
If you're going to use Harp on Vesa, then she'll need to go in the back row. There is no way you can survive in the back row without some sort of defensive artifact. The damage is just too big. As you can see, she gets 2 very quick kills off on the minions, which helps things a lot. Again, all these minion clears were done before the release of Freya, and using Phoenix Pet instead of Lion Pet here, just because the damage was manageable. As you can see, the damage just for the minions is already approaching 200 billion. The second level is generally a lot easier. These minions,
the warrior's a lot
do not
easier.
Present as much of a problem when clearing. I did, however, have to move the team around a little bit, and there was too much damage to go for the front row Harp technique. So it looks like, I can't actually remember, but I assume I'm using A and B again in the back row. But Phoenix Pet to get some early kills. As you can see, they're quite tanky. You know, round 4. We still haven't got a kill,
team.
But you know, normally against most levels, if you get deaths like this, you're not going to be surviving this late on to be able to make a comeback. Also, the single minion levels are a little bit easier. We use because we use attribute reduction on Vesa, so as you only get one type of debuff from the enemy, rather than having mixed enemies, then you're clearing down debuffs a lot faster, which means
one more active,
a lot closer to max damage. Sealand 29-3. Unfortunately, I can't even remember what the reason for this was, but I ended up skipping some of these levels. So I don't have the kill shot. I don't know why I might have thought that.
It worked. It's fine. Looks like you went with Harp in the front row or something, but remember, this is an A. I guess everybody else is B, but the A Vesa is the important part. You need at least an A on your main damage dealer to re-roll it with those hammers to get that giant killer.
About 200 billion damage on the 3rd minion level, but nothing too special there. Now this is what you all clicked on for, Sealand 30. We had to wait until Freya was released in order to do this. We moved to crown on everybody on this, and again you want to have a first round active, so both Freya and Vesa have to be
they got to be slower, okay,
enemies in order to try and get an active on both of them. The dodges on the minions are crucial here for survivability, and having a very strong Panda and Olivia in the back row is also important. The other thing to note here is that Freya goes before Vesa. This is because we're using Snake Pet, and you can see every time that Freya is doing a basic, all of the minions getting debuff
right there. Everybody gets the poison, and then Vesa goes.
You're getting the plus 80% damage from Snake Pet for as long as possible on Vesa, which really helps in the damage once the boss is down. As normal, it required an early boss kill, so you need some RNG to line up for all the attacks from Vesa to go onto the boss. But after that, you do need some sustain in terms of damage, because the attribute debuffs will take it down quickly. But as you can see, that's a round 7 kill.
Yeah, that's crazy. It only takes 7 rounds, but that's the one thing about the Forest faction. They don't really have pure CC, so the combination of armor gaining, attack gaining from the pandas, you're getting the shrink, which is a damage bonus and a damage reduction for incoming damage from 2 Olivias, and then now also having that dodge chance from the Freya is actually really huge. The biggest part, though, is most definitely Giant Slayer, Giant Killer, Giant whatever.
250 billion damage just from the Vesa. I mean, you can see how much Freya was really helping Vesa sustain the damage, and to kill Seal Land 30 in round 7 was pretty amazing, I found. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope it helps you to do your own Seal Land 30 clears.
Oh.
And I look forward to seeing you again next time. Enjoy.
So as amazing as it is, first thing, guys, the first link in the description is going to be a link right to Jesus' channel, so you guys can go check his stuff out. He doesn't, like I said, he doesn't post a lot of videos, but what he does post is like top tier end game content. Like, he's the first one to clear and figure out just about everything in Idle Heroes. So probably the first one to figure out Purgatory 200. Probably going to be Jesus as well. But yeah, it's pretty important knowing those couple things right there. It's kind of crazy. Vesa is really strong. But honestly, this girl, the dodge chances and everything, that seems like it was a huge part. Plus, of course, being able to add that poison before Vesa goes is really good. It's interesting to note the strategy, though, that you want to go after all the enemies with your Vesa in the back row. That way she gets a round 1 active. But again, another thing to remember is Jesus' households on Cloud Island are ridiculously powerful. Like, I'm probably sure he probably has multiple level 100 tenants, homeowners. He's probably even got like the Olivia and the Panda on a pretty decent account too. So just remember, it's possible just by the 0.001% of players. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. See you guys next time.